MS Live. I'm your host, Dulci Hill, and again, this is a live support group for those of you with MS there. You're the star. I'm not the star. I'm only going to read everybody if I can see. And you know how I told you I did last was get my hair done. What is the number one thing we do, right? The longer you have MS there, we get it wrong. Yes. Yeah, I thought I would get my hair done on Thursday there. No. It is next Tuesday. Next Tuesday. And I said it was last Thursday. I have, for those of you who have problems remembering, just if you can do a Google Calendar, if you can do that on your phone, get these memories, set alarms there. I have to set alarm to remind me they've got stuff in the washer and the dryer because I just can't remember. Yeah, it just, and years ago, my husband said, years ago, thank God I married a man that wouldn't get upset with me. In California, we'd pack up and we'd go to Palm Springs and we'd get excited about a party. My cousin was having a Gilligan's Island party. And hi, Julie. Hi, I already said hi to Marianne, but you know what? I can't say hi to you enough. But anyway, we would pack up the car and we would be all dressed in our costumes and we'd be driving to Palm Springs and we'd get to my cousin's house and he'd look at us and say, "Hi, Tim, from over the pond." And he'd look at me and my cousin would say, "Well, this Gilligan's Island party is for next month." I'd be a month off. Right day, right time, but a month off there. Doctor's appointments, I'd show up, the right day, wrong week. A week early, I've shown up at Johns Hopkins. I've showed up for infusions. How many other people with MS have timing problems? Even birthdays or anything. Hi, Melinda. So how many? Tim, do you have problems with timing? Timing. You have an important date and you end up showing up late there, or early. Hi, Rhonda. Let's see. So Rhonda wants to be on the video with me. You're okay with that? How do you do it? How do you do it? How do you keep appointments and not get it later on time or get things done there? How do you do it there? How do you do it? You're okay with that? Are you just a natural that you remember when you have appointments? I don't know. I was supposed to give heartworm on Tuesday, and I had it on the calendar. I have a calendar on the front of the refrigerator. Calendar, a Google Calendar. Hi, Linda. So if there is just between that and then the calendar on my phone, there's just tons of ways. So what Tim does is he puts everything in his phone. Yeah, I set alarms for everything. There. By the way, this T-shirt I'm wearing is the fundraiser. Hi, Gina. Gina's here. Anyway, yeah, everybody's going to be trickling in a little late. All right, let me see. All right, I was looking. See that clock on the wall above the door there? I thought it said 10 o'clock. And I thought, oh my gosh, am I an hour early? I'm telling you. Hi, Phil. Gina. You're one to talk, Gina. Gina is like supermodel gorgeous. Anyway. Hi, Jane. Jane is in the house. You know what? Jane, I'm talking about forgetting things and scheduling. Hi, Marie. Scheduling things. Tim said that he schedules things in his phone so he doesn't forget. I forget everything. I'm a month early. I'm a week early. I'm a month late. I just don't remember things. And I've done videos where I keep, hi, Sharia. Anyway, Sharia's here, and so is Gina. Just so you know, Tim and Jane there. So we're all over the place there. If you notice behind me there, there's a list of people who tend to be. Uh, yeah, tend to be in these support groups there. So I used to keep a list of everybody, and I do. I have a list of where you live and who you are, how old you are, what type of MS you have, what medicine you're on. I still have that. Um, so if you want to be included in that, I pray for you all. Uh, Jane just mentioned that. Hi, Susan. Susan Hill is with us on Facebook. Oh my gosh, Susan. Hi, Matt. Susan, we've been praying for you for the comfort of God with the passing of your mother. Oh my gosh, you just know that there is not a time we're all together where we don't talk about you. And you know what? In fact, it's funny that I may be here. I may be the face, just interacting, but Susan has been the topic of hi Jasmine of we've been so worried about you. Uh, I hope you've been getting my emails about. Look at it. I got an eyebrow that's walking away. Anyway, all right. Susan says that she loves us all and thanks us for praying for her on YouTube. So I'm gonna let you guys know. There. Hi, Monica. Yeah, Susan. To get you back into the chat, have you been getting my emails that there could be some? Yeah, and Jane gave you a thumbs up, Susan. Uh, uh, and then Sharia says Sharia's gonna jump on to YouTube, but for the chat there. So gosh, look at that on YouTube there. I've got a serious eyebrow problem. I'm just looking and all right. uh, All right, enough of me, more of you. Okay, so and Susan, love you. Give me a call or email me or send me a Prime message or something. You know. Anyway, so let's get back to Tim is mentioning that it's, part of MS is being all over the place. The longer we have it, the more it's hard to focus on one thing, to focus on our schedule. Oh, and Susan just gave you, Jane, a love letter about how wonderful you've been to her. There, it just, and keeping in touch, and it's true. But I'll tell you what, there, Chris and Nikki and just Karen, just everybody's been talking about you. So, just because Jane is emailing you, Susan, doesn't mean that the rest of the support group. I'm excited because, all right, Jane's got a good. I'm excited because Frank just friended me on Facebook, and so if you're watching me, hi Dennis. Dennis is in the house, and Dennis is in our other support group there. Sometimes Dennis had the MSTV, right? MSTV. He Dennis, you're awesome. You're awesome. Hi Lauren. All right, Jane had a question. All right, so thank you for starting this here. Her big question is, does everyone get contrast at every MRI? Typically, neurologists order every 2 years an MRI with and without contrast. And the purpose of contrast is to see if there's any active disease, active lesions there. Because if the lesion is active, there it'll absorb the contrast. If it's not active, if the white spots are shown without contrast. But to see activity, you need the contrast there. I always get contrast every 2 years, although I got thrown out of the MRI last time. They didn't like my face shield, even though the sign said you can wear a face mask or face shield. I walked in, or face covering. I walked in, and the young gal behind the counter said, "Here's your face mask for under your face shield." And I said, "I can't breathe." Hi, Diana. Yes, it is. Yeah, Sharia, MSTV. If you do a YouTube search there, you can see MSTV. Dennis Tooley is one person. All right, Jane's talking about the contrast. There's mixed messages with contrast there, and Dennis says not everyone does contrast. It depends on what your doctor wants. So, and I imagine, to find out how active your disease. Let's see, Diana didn't have contrast last month. If you've been stable for a very long time, there I can imagine them not using contrast. They tend to use contrast to measure how effective your medication is. Hi, Christine. Anyway, they tend to use the contrast to find out if your medication is working for you. That's why my neurologist likes to get contrast, because I have a very active, aggressive disease. And that is, they constantly want to make sure that the medication is working there. So if you have an active disease, if you're relapsing, remitting, chances are they're more likely to use contrast. If you have secondary chronic progressive, if you haven't been if you're older and haven't had an attack in a long time, they probably won't. So chime in with what you have discovered with contrast there. Let me see here. Okay, Dennis is talking. Let's see, Susan. All right. All right, Dennis, let's see. Susan talked about, you know, how life just keeps us all on our toes. Well, found out this is what Susan says. Uh, uh, you know what? Susan says her insurance won't be covering Tech Federa anymore. So I'll let you know in Romans 8:28, all things work together for good according to those called for God's purpose. And Susan, you are right with God. And I'm telling you, this will be a good thing. Find out what your insurance will cover, and email, get us in an email loop there, and also go to msfrontiers.org and look at the effective. I've got an effective list of medications. There are effective. Hi, Stacy. Medications there. All right, somebody should say. All right, and what Dennis said. So this is good. All right, Dennis. I'm sorry, I'm not neglecting you. There, Dennis says he hasn't done MSTV recently because he's been running a comedy club. All right, all right, all right. Okay, now Jane. Jane is all right. Done. Okay, all right. Let me take a break. Diane is talking about she didn't have contrast last month, but Diane is also talking about not being stable. So, all right, that gives me a question because if my understanding, if you're not stable, contrast will light things up to find out if your medication is working because I'm not stable. So I got a question. Why don't they use contrast on you? And let's see. All right. And Jane said, all right, all right. I'm sorry. And Gina's talking about her neuro talks about uses contrast. My neuro every other year she likes me to get an MRI, but I have an active aggressive disease there. And yeah, so Diana's not stable. If we're not stable, they tend to use contrast. Gina, that she uses contrast. So I want to know from everybody who has MS, everybody who's watching, do you get contrast? If you don't, have you asked why? I mean, I always ask why. Am I the only one that asks? I inquiring minds want to know. And I was told that contrast lights up active lesions there, where you know if it's inactive, it won't, contrast won't absorb. Contrast only absorbs inactive lesions. So if they don't use contrast and you have an active disease, then have you asked why they don't use? Uh, you know what? I've always, hi Andrew. I have always, 37 years, I've always had a active aggressive form of MS. I've got, you know, if it weren't for, there's so many people watch this there that are anti-drug, and that's fine if it works for them. Back in the 80s, when I first had my symptoms, there people were dying from MS there. And Diana, you remember this. All right, Diana. All right, so and people. So I have always um, been into medication there. Now I'm going to talk about something here. There, most time they only. All right, I have first file. They are reluctant, but that's all right. Okay. All right. So Diana is worried about brain shrinkage, as every person with MS should be worried about brain shrinkage, because the studies on that, and I'm inquiring minds want to know, studies show that our brains, if you have MS, shrink at 1% every year we've been diagnosed. Now, I've been to so many different conferences on MS, and what the only stupid questions one's not answered, and I raised my hand one time and I said, well, doesn't that mean if we live to 100, we'll have no brain, right? 1% every year. And the neurologist said, no. It's 1% of what's left, right? So if you lose, say, 1% of 100, and you're at 99% the following year, you would lose 1% of what's left, 9.9, and then 8 point. And so that's a good thing, I guess. I don't know. All right, so that is what happens. But they've done studies, and I posted this on MS. Secondary chronic progressive, primary MS frontiers, primary progressive, today, a medical share. What the research shows is alpha lipoic acid, ALA, at 600 milligrams twice a day reduces the shrinkage it reduces the shrinkage of your brain there. So everybody, I have a video on YouTube that talks about ALA. Everybody with MS should be taking ALA. The research is there. The problem is that I've discovered that taking it, that the study program shows 1,200 milligrams is what slows the shrinkage of the brain there. But 1,200 milligrams can cause heartburn. For me, it has gastrointestinal side effects. So one of the things that we're supposed to do is all right, somehow we got to get that. Get that amount in our bodies, right? You know what? I take 600 milligrams on food there. If I'm no guts, no glory, I will take Linda. Oh no, Linda. All right, Linda. All right, Linda is on the Facebook. Linda, all right, I want you to go to YouTube. Go to YouTube. Search for videos for Dulci Hill, and that's anybody who's watching on Facebook there. All right, what I want you to do is go to YouTube, subscribe to Dulci Hill, and hi Sandra. And what I want you to do is it will immediately show you we're having a live thing. So Linda, I want you to jump into live on MS Live on YouTube and participate. People are talking to each other. So, and I'm going and I read that. Hi, John. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna let's see. Contrast is on. All right. Dennis says. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, Dennis is talking. Dennis second what I said about contrast is what they give you in the MRI to see if it is if you're actually having a problem. All right, Gina's talking about most times they only imagine the brain. You know what? They image and. I'm sorry, I didn't put my glasses on. So, you know what? they get an MRI of it's alpha lipoic acid. Uh, Alpha lipoic acid. Look, Stacy. All right, that's all right. So okay, I'm losing my track of mind. I am losing. All right, let me go back because I wanted to answer everybody's question there, and I just cross circuit everything. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. So, what is it called? All right, Sandra. I'm thrilled you're here with us. All right, Jane asks, I'm going to take far more aggressive stand in this. I'm learning how to understand. If you look, if you expand in the back there, you'll see I have so many books on MS and neurology there. So it is. I've been studying this stuff since uh, 93. So all right, what I was talking about is that you don't have to take medication. You can do the homeopathic, the holistic way. Uh, to treat MS. But back when I was diagnosed with MS, people were dying. And the only thing that kept people alive and walking with aggressive MS was taking medication. So why else would I take? I took beta seron, and so did Diana in 1993 when it was first approved. And I'll tell you what, why would a person who feels pretty good and plays softball and skis and all, why would you inject yourself with something that it was like getting the flu? Oh, it was so painful. My hands were clubbed and I rocked. I was why would we do that to ourselves, right? We do that to ourselves because of the doctors, the neurologist says, oh, you want to do this because if you don't try to fight like crazy to prevent the damage in the future, you could be a vegetable. You could be, your brain can shrink so much and your abilities. I have a walker, I have my scooter, I have so much there. And if I didn't fight this with both bullets in the shotgun there, I mean I've got secondary chronic progressive MS. I've got active disease. I had 1 year where I had 6 attacks in 1 year. I've been confined to a wheelchair twice. I fought my way out of it both times, right? Use it or lose it. Muscle memory. Um, Secondary chronic progressive really sticks because it's it's the demyelination and the nerve snap. Well, the problem is that if you have an aggressive disease, you still have inflammation and you still have these attacks, which so you have relapsing remitting on top of secondary progressive. Uh, that secondary progressive is when you've had the disease so long and the nerves have been exposed so long that now you no longer have you don't have episodes where you have issues there. So all these medications, what do when we have secondary progressive MS? We tell the doctor the medication's not working for me. I'm not walking as well, right? Well, guess what? The medication's not going to keep you that secondary chronic progressive from the nerves from breaking. The only thing that'll keep you walking or keep us walking, keep us able, keep us thinking is by muscle memory, our brain, using our brain, doing squats. I don't want to do lunges or squats there, so I haven't done them there. Guess what? I'm using my scooter more often. Yeah. So when I'm sick and tired of not being able to get around, I'll do doorknob squats, which you've seen the videos. It's amazing when you start doing lunges and squats when you have MS and you're not able to, how the next couple days you can walk better. Uh, in fact, I'm going to read you some of these interaction things. Cheryl Watkins runs MS Frontiers Primary Progressive there, and she is she's in her 70s, and she is confined to a wheelchair, and I'll tell you what, her husband was helping her transfer and everything, but guess what? She followed. She grabbed hold of her disability or motorized chair, and what she practiced standing just for a second, and she got strong enough that she could transfer to the bathroom on her own. And that is the self-respect and everything. And when she said that, Jamie, she's a Jesus freak. I praise God. How awesome is that? That we can, we don't have to lose it. We don't have to lose. Our nerves might not be able to sustain us, to hold us up. But when our legs drop, if we do squats and all, they can catch us, right? It's muscle memory there. All right, let me see. Okay, so first I'm gonna catch up there. Gina says most of the time they only image. All right, the reason why they only image your brain is because most of us have the brain is the cognitive situation. If you have problems with walking, that's spinal lesions. If bladder, spinal lesions there. So if your leg starts giving out and stuff like that, that's when they order the spinal MRI there, or the C-spine there. Let's see, and Diana was talking about, you know what, using her scooter. And the reason why you use your scooter, Diana, when you go to the pool is it really helps to conserve the energy. Get to the pool, and when you go walk into the pool, you do backwards lunges there. So you use conserve, and I have videos. You use these equipment like your scooter and your walker and all to conserve energy to get to, say, a squat machine, to get to a some place where you can do lunges and all, because you've got to meaningfully to get someplace where you can meaningfully exercise the body. I will say that yesterday I was at the pool and my shoulder was really hurting, and there's Dennis. Dennis did the jump. So it is wonderful. So the problem is that a lot of us will think, all right, let me keep doing, let me swim like yesterday. Let me swim a quarter mile because it was beautiful out. Let me swim a quarter mile there, and no, half mile, which is 40 up and back. But let me tell you something. I wasn't having fun after 10 laps. I ended up doing 12, and I started thinking, MS, we tend to be goal oriented, right? We tend to be tough on ourselves. We but you got to, you can't leave it at the gym. You've got to, unless of course you've got dinner in a crock pot, and you can come home and you know, so you conserve energy. Conserve energy to get to where you have, so you can meaningfully do the lunges, do the squats, uh, um, yeah, do that kind of stuff. Uh, and Dennis is talking about you know, just he also is in the mind frame that uh, we people who've had MS for a very long time should encourage you newbies there with MS there to find a DMD, disease modifying a drug or medication there that will slow the progression of MS or the monster, as he said, but also exercise as well. Oh, back in the 90s, they used to say, don't exercise. And I used to think, I remember Steph there, hi, Josie Ann. Oh my gosh, it's so good to see you. It's been so long since you've been with us there, Josie, and I'm blessed. I'm taking it personally. But anyway, so they used to say that, and guess what? It's so wrong. There, I used to do the step, and I used to have attacks. They had this aggressive disease, and I actually thought when I did the step class, it was jostling my bones there would cause attacks there. But I didn't know. I just didn't know. And so, you know what, Josie Ann, showing up late is better than never. It's great to see you here. There. All right. So let's see. Let's see. All right. I Grace. I. All right. All right. Let's see. Hi, Frank. Frank friended me. Oh my goodness. Paul, hi Shelly, hi Rebecca, hi Teresa, hi Karen. All right. And Frank's agreeing, and Danuta, and Douglas, all right, and Andrew, all right, and Grace. All right, okay. I think I'm caught up there. Okay, and Holly and Roseanne, welcome. All right, so I'm, you know what? You guys are fueling the direction this is going on. To pray this morning, Lord. Um, be your words and not mine there. So please ask questions or concerns, anything that you could possibly want to know about MS. I might, you know what, the library here is filled with books and now everything's online. PubMed, PUBMED.org is a place that I invite everybody to go to there. If you've got a mind like mine, you've got to research everything going on there, on any medical condition. But what happens is every place in the world that is doing any sort of research on MS uh, submits to PubMed uh, their studies, their research, and that's a lot of fun to look at there, to see, and that is great. So okay, spinal MRI there. Hi Tim. Hi Jessica. So the spinal MRI is what we get when we're not walking well, when our legs are giving out, we get that. Contrast is used to find out whether we're having an active attack. Hi, Ermin. An active attack to find out if the disease is actually is inflammation is actually happening there. Also, contrast tells the neurologist whether the medication is working. If you go to msfrontiers.org, look under medications, it will tell you in the order of effectiveness. Back in the, gosh, back 10, 15 years ago, the MS Society actually listed medications in the order of effectiveness. You can't do that anymore because now these medication, these pharmaceutical companies realize that if they compare it to people without medications, their medication with people without medications, then it would you could list them in order. So what they did is they started comparing medications with other medications. So you couldn't possibly stack them up. So you'll see Tecfidera is more effective than beta seron. When compared to people with beta seron, it's like, wait a minute. Back in the old days, compare it with people who haven't been on medication. That is the fair way. So I have on msfrontiers.org the medication. Hi, Priscilla. Hi, Ian. Hi, John. If you go to msfrontiers.org and look at the medication, it's an old-fashioned list of how effective each medication is. In fact, what I like to do is I like to look at the medications when they compare themselves to other medications. I like to strip it down and figure out the actual comparison of that medication to people on placebo without medications, not against people on other medications there. And hi, Mom. So I like to do that, and it's listed. I list it in order because that's fair. And these pharmaceutical companies don't want to be fair about what is they don't want to be fair to us, and as far as what's effective and what's not effective. So they compare with each other instead of with people not on medication there. So I have been on medication. Mom, Jane wants to know that she says hi. Anyway, Jane, I love you. I love you there. They have to learn, and Diana's talking about they have to learn how to fix the damage. And they are learning how to do that. And I publish that on MS Frontiers. You know that. MS Frontiers Medical Share. Hi, Teresa. I publish that on MS Frontiers Medical Share, the latest research, again, that you can see yourself if you go to PubMed. Yeah, because that's what I do. I research that, and then I promote mice. If you notice that MS Frontiers has a mouse mascot, that's our but mice are able to walk again. They're repairing. They've discovered how they can rebuild the myelin. But what we need, Diana, is not so much to rebuild the myelin, although I'd love to see that for people without MS or with MS newly diagnosed. who have these attacks, they need that nerve covered up so that secondary progressive, it won't, they, those nerves won't break when it turns. Gina, I love that you jumped over here. So those nerves won't break, right? But what we need, primary progressive, what secondary, advanced secondary progressive, end stage. I know so many people who are end stage MS, and it's funny. I have to laugh. Labels. They EDSS score, ADSS. We'll talk a little bit about that in a minute. There, we need these nerves to be regenerated there, and that's our problem. And I just don't know how. A lot of the spinal research, people who are paraplegics, that's the research that we have to study more of. It's yeah, it's kind of all right. So with the progression of the medical research with MS, it's like a lasagna. So what is it for people? We want to prevent attacks so that they don't, people in the future don't have holes in their myelin, right? So that's one layer. Prevent the attacks. Second layer is that if you have aggressive MS and there's holes that are being created there, if that's happening, the second layer is we've got to find, the medical research has got to find a way to regenerate the myelin, right? And they're doing that. They're finding that inflammation, reduce inflammation, increase your omega-3, not 6 or 9, omega-3 fatty acids, and let's see, go without sugar, and then so that's another level. You want to figure out how you can make your body kind to regenerate this myelin, right? And then the third level is for those of us, for primary progressive, those of us who've had MS forever, right? What we have to do is pray that they can figure out a way to regenerate these nerves, right? I need my nerves regenerated so I can do a squat without muscle memory, right? And so it's three layers of people with MS, how we need these medical research to go ahead there. And Gina's talking about yeah, people have to they gauge. People respond differently to medications there, and again, there's problems with contrast. Contrast can build up in the kidneys. Again, there's so much research on contrast there. What's the lesser evil? Uh, I know that I have to have contrast, even if it builds up in my kidneys. There, because I have to stop this disease. I have to. Uh, and then Diana's talking about PT, physical therapy. People with MS we get to know how to rehab ourselves. They're Bob and Brad on YouTube. They're great. They claim to be the most famous physical therapists on YouTube there. They're good. Dr. Joe is good also. That's right. And Diana's talking about hip pain and a tight IT band, which, hi, Alexander, which the IT band is good with massage. There you can massage yourself. And I say, YouTube, everything can be found on YouTube there. So yeah, the foam rollers. The problem is remember I was talking about MS massage there. There's two different types of massage. There is the foam roller, the massage where you're trying to work out a muscle, which is the classic massage for people who don't have MS. And how do people with MS react to poking, right? We tense up there. We tense up. So an MS massage is when you're holding the muscle and you're pulling it, right? You pull a muscle there, and that muscle releases there. So a foam roller isn't as good. It's great for people without MS, but if there's a way we can pull a muscle, like right here, it's tense, right? If I pull that and hold it, right? And there, Bob and Brad said, if you have this up, tilt your head over, and they say massage. I say hold on to that muscle, tilt your head up, so you're shortening your shoulder muscle, and pull it. Well, that knot will go out. It's incredible. Uh, yeah, EDSS, and Josiana is talking about for EDSS. All right, let me see. I'm getting spam calls. Normally I hit block, so please forgive me there. Yeah, and Dennis is talking about the best way with contrast or anything. Best way to clear out your kidneys is drinking lemon juice or apple cider vinegar or pomegranates or watermelon. Increase your water intake and the acid. You gotta completely do that. Yeah. The only problem I have with Trevor on the MS gym, love him dearly, right? The only problem is that you got to pay, and you know what? I give everything away for free. It's volunteer. If you wanted to support MS, people with MS don't have money. That's why my mom, my brother, my friends at the pool. It just the people that know me have donated. Many of you without have donated to this ministry, MS Frontiers, to pay for the website. There, it's all free. My videos are free. I don't charge anything for that, although it just and so we have to do that for free there. If you like this T-shirt, I've got let's see, women's mediums and larges there, and they're $20 a piece there. Message me, email me at dulcigene@gmail.com, and you can buy that. I also have men's. This is men's behind. They're 100% free shrunken cotton there. So that is there. There's a guy. By the way, this guy riding a bike with and he's got a dog in a unbelievable. A dog in a stroller, and he's riding his bike, and he's pulling the dog who's in this cage. I don't know. People are crazy. Dogs are meant to walk. It's better for them. It's good for their heart. Uh, um, Apple cider vinegar. Diana is talking about hating the taste of it. You can get gummies or pills, just and take that. Let's see. All right, and they have gummies. She's talking about that. Hi, Laura. Let's see. All right, so Bob and Brad are very good. Again, you watch Bob and Brad and these physical therapists. Hi, Marianne. You want what the heck? And that looks like a miniature schnauzer. If anybody knows, you should not be dragging a miniature schnauzer behind you. They're a yappy dog. They need to run. If you're going to train a dog, right, you got to run the heck out of them so that they'll just acquiesce. They'll just get with the program a lot easier there. Uh, yeah, yeah, she, um, Goli vegan, gluten free, non GMO, ACV, uh, let's see, apple cider vinegar gummy bears that are made in California. That's what Jane is recommending there. So, and that's the kind of plug. We don't sell things. Um, we don't sell things. We recommend things. Trevor and the MS gym is fantastic if you can afford it there. But if you can't afford it there, in there are on YouTube. And again, go to Dulci Hill and on YouTube, and I've got a ton of exercises there for free. There used to own a gym in California. There, just, you know, but it's God. It's God. God. This is God's ministry. This is God's ministry. Um, Let me see. Also, if you're on YouTube and you like what you're hearing there, you can follow me. If you follow me, you'll get notification when I go live there, and you can participate easier on chat on my personal page or whenever I'm live there. You can also go to YouTube and subscribe to Dulcie Hill, and we can do the YouTube. You can participate in the chat. You know what? I don't. It all right, Diana, you are knowledgeable. Aren't we all? I think about how knowledgeable. I'm getting a compliment from Diana. She says I'm knowledgeable. But I think about MS Frontiers peer support. I think about uh, Debbie Harris, and I think about Judy, and all the people who volunteer for this ministry, and all of you who participate in supporting each other. And I think, as smart as knowledgeable as one of us are, if we are all brilliant. Think about everybody's years of having MS, and how if we come together and we share what we've experienced with each other there, all of a sudden my 37 years of living with symptoms of MS uh, um, is yours there. And Diana has had MS forever there. Hi, Lance. So now 37. Now we've got around 70 together, and you start adding everybody who's watching right now. Everybody's watching on YouTube. Everybody is watching on Facebook with MS there. You combine that, and now all of a sudden we have thousands of years. They just add the years. So they're absolutely as knowledgeable as one person may be. That person's knowledge is nothing compared to thousands of years of experience. So I love it when you ask questions. And Jane, you're really good at throwing out, keeping the ball rolling there. All right, let's see here. And Dennis is saying subscribe and hit the bell so you get notifications every time Dulci posts a video or goes live. Make sure to give her a thumbs up on any video you like or have gotten any help from. That's nice. Thank you, Dennis. God bless you for saying that. Again, where I know it's been 1 hour, so I've got to do the parting stuff. Remember, go to msfrontiers.org and look at the resources. There's so many resources on diets, on supplements, on medication, on support exercises. Go there. Go to msfrontiers.org and even support groups there. You can contact if you want one of these T-shirts. There again, they're $20 there, and it goes towards the ministry. There, so of prolonging this msfrontiers.org, and also let me see. Let's see. Please subscribe to my channel. Follow me, and thank you, Father, for helping other people. God, you know what? And I will say right here, this is in Colossians. Let the peace of Christ rule in our hearts, since as members of one body, we're called to peace. If we're all together, if we all are participating and helping each other, if we're all doing that, then we can have weaknesses but be strong together. God bless you. Worry about nothing but in everything. Through prayer and supplication, make your requests known to God, and may the peace which surpasses all understanding keep your hearts and minds on Christ Jesus. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May He shine His face upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord lift up His countenance upon you and give you His peace. I will see you next week. Have a wonderful week, and God bless you, and I love you all.